Hi, I'm Chuck and welcome to Inside in the Ditch. I'd like to take a few moments and talk to you about something that's been a passion of mine for years. I've had friends load cars on the car carriers and had catastrophic disconnects. It's been estimated by industry professionals that there's 10 plus catastrophic disconnects a day throughout the United States. You're loading a car up onto the car carrier deck and something fails. If you ask me, I don't know if there's anything more dangerous that you'll ever do in your towing career than to load a car on a car carrier. From the time that car starts to come up the deck until the time you secure it, if anything goes wrong, that car can roll off out into oncoming traffic. I'd like to have you think for a moment of what it would be like to be out on the side of a freeway, 75-mile-an-hour traffic going by, and a car comes off the deck as you're loading it and rolls out into the traffic. Think about all the mayhem. When you talk about how dangerous this actually is, loading a car, and people kind of brush it off as, oh, I've been loading cars every day for years and I've never had a winch fail. Well, I want you to think about something. If you had a son or a daughter playing in behind the car, would you trust the wire rope or trust the winch to not fail? Of course you wouldn't. And that's why we've worked so hard on trying to prevent catastrophic disconnects. So throughout all of our testing, we've came up with our Traveling Speed Chock. We wanted to make something that was affordable so that every tow truck driver in the nation could afford one of these. And it works pretty simple. You put it in behind the front tire of a vehicle, you lock this backwards, and then we have an adjustment bar here that allows you to change the adjustment of the car tire. You lock the thumb wheel down. As the car goes up the deck, the chock travels behind it, and this wheel is rolling backwards. If there's a catastrophic failure, the car rolls back and locks on the tire. Some of the things we've had to do to make this work is we've had to sipe the bottom of the rubber chock. You'll notice serrations on the bottom of the chock. A lot of people will ask, how does the Traveling Speed Chock work when you're unloading? Well, the one thing I have to say is that it really wasn't designed for unloading. It was designed predominantly for loading a vehicle, because when you're loading a vehicle, you never have a choice as to where you're loading. It always depends on where the casualty is. You do have a choice when you're unloading. I would never unload a vehicle with children playing behind it, or a police officer behind it, or any human behind a vehicle. But if you have a wireless remote control, it's quite easy to use the Traveling Speed Chock when unloading. All you do is loosen it up a little bit behind the tire, and you just push the chock down as the car's being unloaded. I'd like to point out another thing about the Traveling Speed Chock, and that is that it works with most cars and most car carriers. And the reason I have to say most is that we don't know if your deck has oil on it or antifreeze. We don't know if the car you're towing has 38-inch Super Swamper tires on it. The one thing we do know is that you're going to be safer with the Traveling Speed Chock than without it. Of the hundreds of inventions we've come up with it in the ditch, the Traveling Speed Chock probably means the most to me. And the reason is this is the invention where you, the towers, have been calling us and telling us how it may have saved somebody's life out there when you've had a catastrophic disconnect. And that means the world to me to know that we've made a product that is making a difference in people's lives. I want to thank you for tuning in to Inside in the Ditch. To find out more about our products, go to intheditch.com. Thank you.